Fellas, a lot of us, whenever we hear the word discipline, we think about strict, rigid, no fun. All right. And being disciplined, yeah, it's some of that is a part of it, but it's not as extreme as you may think. So discipline, from my perspective, man, is it's a freedom. When you become more disciplined, especially when you start working out, taking care of your body, taking care of your mind too, you free yourself from some things. That's what I want to talk about in this video, okay? And I'm gonna go ahead and jump right into it, not waste too much of your time, all right? The first way that discipline really leads to freedom is because you stop chasing validation. All right, you stop chasing the the pat on the back, the metaphorical hug from people. And what's interesting about when you start working out, man, it's gonna come your way no matter what. But it takes you from this place of being a dude who does not think much about himself, who hasn't built his confidence, his self-respect and things like that. The guy who doesn't do that, he chases like, admiration and praise from other, whether he knows it or not. But when you start working out, not only are you building yourself up and building your foundation, but that praise that you're seeking, it starts to come your way no matter what. You start to get validation from people. You start to get the head nods and the, oh shit, like the eyes in the gym and in the grocery store and just out here in the world. Now, I'm not going to hop on here and tell you to start working out just so you can start getting, eyes at you in the grocery store and the pat on the back. That's not what it's about. Just know that that's going to come with it. And ultimately, when you start experiencing that, that is validation to let you know that you're on the right path. That's to let you know that, people are seeing the work that you're putting in and how you're pouring into yourself. It starts to get recognized. Okay. So I want to be clear on, make sure you're not out here like seeking anything from anybody. Now, don't get me wrong, man. I don't want to we're all humans, man. We all like to, be complimented and somebody say, damn, man, you got some nice arms. Yeah, we all enjoy that, but there's a difference in like, seeking it and putting yourself in positions to try to get noticed as opposed to just doing your thing, focusing on yourself, pouring into yourself, and then have people just noticing as a residual effect. There's a difference. Okay. And that's kind of the lane that I'm talking about. I want you to go build yourself up and then just whatever comes your way, man, enjoy it, have fun. All right. Now, the second way that discipline creates freedom for you is that you free yourself from your impulses. Okay. And what I mean is like when you start taking your physique and working out and you just start taking yourself a bit more seriously, you change up some things in your lifestyle. And I'm always talking about this in my videos, man, like sleep. I'm a 7.5 hour a night guy. I got to get 7.5 hours of sleep. Right. And it's like little things like that. They may seem little, but they're actually huge. Changing up your sleep. What I mean is like you'll start avoiding the impulse to like want to go hang out, staying out till 2, 3 in the morning. Now I get it when you're young, you in your late teens, your 20s, that's where the fun is. That's what you want to do. And I'm not knocking you. Have your fun. But just be mindful that when you start working out and you start taking yourself more seriously, some things are going to change in your life. And one of those things is how much you're sleeping, what you're actually eating, how much water you're putting in your body. These are little nuanced things that have such a huge impact on your productivity. It's not just about eating good and sleeping good just to be in the gym. This shit starts to weave its way into your life because you'll start to see how much better you feel when you sleep. Even if you don't work out, if you're somebody who just gets shitty sleep and you start improving that aspect of your life, you'll start to notice how this affects your focus, your mental clarity, even the food you're putting into your body. If you're putting in trash food, fast food consistently and all the time, you'll notice the difference when you start fighting against your impulses. You don't have to go to Taco Bell every day. You don't got to go to McDonald's every day. You start fighting against these impulses and this frees you. This frees you from like being trapped in a way of like where you have no control over yourself. That's what working out does. It gives you control over yourself, man, over your impulses. You can choose to go to the grocery store and go cook something because you know the benefits of that. That's what working out will do. Will open your mind up to things like, I got to change up some things if I want to see real results, real progress. I got to go against my impulses. Maybe I want to go hang out late. Hey, and I'm not saying, do your thing, but in moderation. I'm saying if you're out 5 nights a week super late, your sleep's probably shitty. and that's going to translate into the gym where you're not able to perform how you want to. So then when you can't perform how you want to, how you think you go show up in the world out here? You're going to show up as a half-assed version of yourself. Okay. So that's what I'm talking about. Learn how to free yourself from your impulses. All right. And start putting your energy and your intention into things that is really building you up. Now, another way that discipline frees you is it frees you from complacency. And what I mean by that is it frees you from comfort, from getting comfortable and getting lazy and just getting accustomed to where you are. And maybe you're in a good place. Maybe you're in a place where you feel good about yourself. But ultimately, I look at it like this, man. We all got room to grow. We all have things to improve in our lives. I definitely got things to improve in my life. Man, I was watching this video the other day, man. I don't know how to pronounce it. Be serving. If you watch my videos, you probably seen his videos too, man. But solid channel, and he was talking about in his video how he's always talking about leveling up. Your money, your body, mindset as well too. He did a video recently that was hitting me in a way. As a content creator, I'm like, man, I got to level up certain aspects of my life. Like, yeah, I work out. My mindset is I've had to learn to get my mindset in order. But also, my career is not where I want it to be. I have to improve my finances. I've got to improve certain aspects of my life that I need to level up. And that's just me being truthful. I'm not going to put out videos here and talk about leveling up this particular area of your life where I still have to work on that as well. But what I talk about is your mindset, your body, because all those little things are going to help you level up your finances, your job, your career. But you got to sharpen your mindset. And you sharpen your mindset by getting your ass in the gym and starting to get uncomfortable. That's what shakes up that complacency. Get uncomfortable, lift weights, make yourself uncomfortable, challenge yourself, man. When you get in the gym and you do a hard set and you finish that shit, and your heart is pumping through your goddamn chest and you're like, woo, I feel like $1,000,000 in here, man. You take your little 3-minute break, depending on what your lift is, if you're doing a heavy lift, and then you jump back into it, bro. This is shaking you up in a way. This is shaking you up in a way where it's like, yo, I can handle tough shit. I can handle discomfort. I can handle being in the gym around a bunch of different people, that strangers. You feel me? So just shake yourself up in a way, man. That's what working out is going to do. Another way that discipline frees you is that you stop making excuses. It's almost like, man, since I've started working out, like, I don't even tolerate excuses. And I'm talking about not even in the gym, just in life. If I hear somebody like, oh, I can't do this because of XYZ, insert excuse, I just be like, little do you know how much power you have in you until you tap into it. I don't even do with the excuses, man, because I get it. At times, you may not want to do something. You may be tired. You may feel lazy. You may have just worked all day. I get it. And then sometimes your body might need a rest. Your mind might need a rest. That's why I'm talking about mindfulness too on here, man. Be mindful of yourself. Be self-aware. Know yourself. Know your body. Know your mind. Okay? Because at times, you might have to take a rest. All right? But don't let that bleed over into making fucking consistent excuses. Okay? Yeah, take your little one day, recuperate. Maybe you're too overly sore. Get back to baseline. Now get your ass back in the gym, okay? And keep going and keep challenging yourself, man. Do away with the excuses, man. You can do more than you think you can do. You're more capable than you think you are. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, it is challenging to go to work your 8-hour shift, 9-hour, 10-hour, whatever your shift is. Get off and then go to the gym and then go home and get something to eat. Especially if you're a single dude, you ain't got a girl cooking for you. You got to do all this shit on your own. Yes, it's not easy, but nothing is really easy in life if you want it bad enough. You feel me? Like, yeah, you gonna have, it's like working out. You got to learn the muscle. Learn the muscle of eliminating excuses. Learn the muscle of pushing through your own challenges, your own obstacles that you create yourself. You create it up here in your mind. Oh, I don't want to go. I'm feeling lazy. Oh, my shoulder bothering me. Yeah, it might be. But then there's some other times where your ass can push through. You know that you can go to the gym and you know that you need to go to the gym. So stop making excuses, all right? Fellas, if you're getting any value out of this video so far, please smash the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you know when I make more videos just like this. Now, for this last way that discipline gives you freedom in your life is that you stop dealing with emotional hijacking. Follow me here before you click off the video. Look, man, sometimes we be having stressed out days, right? And sometimes they can knock us down, right? To the point where it's like, man, I don't even feel like doing shit, man. My mental is all fucked up, man. There's girls on my mind, or I'm about to lose my job, or I got to find a job, or whatever. And that creates a lot of emotional turmoil within us. And when you start working out, and this is interesting about working out because I struggle with this too, pushing through those emotional challenges and going to the gym so that you can experience that calmness once you get to the other side of your workout. What I struggle with at times is sometimes I could be dealing with something like, I've talked about this in past videos, custody stuff with my kids, or interactions with, the mother of my two youngest children. And that shit can, it can weigh on me mentally sometimes. And sometimes you can get into a spiral where you're overthinking and you're gridlocked, like mentally trying to solve a problem. And that takes your time, your attention, and it hijacks your emotional state. But if you can become more aware of this and more mindful of this, just remind yourself that as hard as this shit is right now, as mentally taxing as this shit is, if I get to the gym and go do something, I don't got to do a fucking hour and a half workout, but I need to go move my body. It will eliminate that emotional hijacking that you may deal with. Just do something. At times, man, I'll have to push through because, like I said, I struggle with this too. I'll just go do 100 pull-ups. Not at one time, break it down in sets of 5 or sets of 10 or whatever. Just go move my body, do some push-ups. Go do some, not push-ups. Go do some pull-ups. Maybe do some push-ups. Then maybe, once I get in the gym and I start feeling the blood flowing, okay, now I can go hit some light weights, or maybe just hit a machine. But ultimately, what I'm saying is working out creates that discipline in you, which is going to free you from being a slave to like your emotional state. Okay. Move your body when you get in those moments. It's going to free you up, man. It's going to allow you to be like, you're going to leave the gym and be like, damn, that shit is not even as heavy as it was before I got in here. Yes, it still exists. The problem and the challenge is still there. But because you release those endorphins, the dopamine, the feel good shit, it's going to counteract the emotional bullshit that you're going through. All right. And that's one of the most powerful things that working out and taking care of yourself will do for you, man. It unlocks that emotional gridlocked shit for you, if that makes sense. All right. So let me know what y'all thought about this video in the comments, man. Add to the list, man. How does working out and taking care of yourself improve your discipline? How have you noticed this to improve your life? All right, let's get a conversation going in the comments. Check out my playlist on Bodygame if you enjoyed this video. Also, book a one-on-one call with me if you want to dive deeper into self-mastery, build that discipline, build that confidence, and keep your ass accountable. That's what I'm here for, all right? I'll see you all in the next video. Peace.